Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm pretty much gonna tell you guys the story of how I got shot with a gun when I was 15 years old. So here's the scar. It's not something I would have to lie about. Like, this shit isn't something I'm proud of to lie about that shit. But anyways, yeah, I was 15. This shit happened May 6, 2007. I even have the tattoo of the date, like a damn idiot. I got the tattoo when I was like 16. What a freaking crazy person. I know. Anyway, so my brother was dating this girl who, like, her stepdad was like this drug dealer. I don't want to say cartel, but he was like Spanish. And so, excuse me, y'all, I'm sorry. And so like him and my brother have had some run-ins, even with the girlfriend that was like her stepdad. And like they've had some run-ins outside of, you know, me and, you know, whatever. So they already had some bullshit going on. So there was a day where we were going to go to the movies and we were going to pick up my brother's girlfriend's siblings, who the drug dealer dude, one of them is his kid, his actual kid. So that kid and my brother's girlfriend at the time had the same mom, but that was his kid. So that was her stepdad or whatever. So we pull up to the house to pick up the kid and her, and we go inside the house. Keep in mind, we was on a crazy side of town, Houston, the southwest side, off of Corporate and Bissonnette. If you know Houston, you know Corporate and Bissonnette is not, Corporate and Beachnet is not the best area, but we went there to go pick him up. So it was me and my little brother and my older brother. We went there to go pick up his girlfriend and his girlfriend's baby brother, who was a child of the drug dealer guy that shot at us. Okay, so we go into the fucking apartment at first, and I had my little brother, and he was young at the time, y'all. Don't let me lie. He's 21 now. This shit happened in 2007. He was young, like under 8 years old. He was young. So we get in the apartment and immediately we see the dude like straight in a room with the door open, like straight on. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. Why is it so tense in here? And my brother was like, damn, he's in the house. Apparently they got into a fight not too long ago, and the police had a restraining order on him to not go in the house. So for us to walk in that house and he was in there, my brother was like, oh shit, what the fuck? So I'm just like, okay. And I guess he comes out of the room. This happened so long ago, y'all. I'm trying to really remember the steps. He comes out of the room, and I guess my brother says, like, scoot over from us. And I guess I kind of scoot away from them and go to the other side of the room. We're in a small apartment. And then I think they end up arguing and shit. And I believe he had a gun. And I saw the gun, or I heard them say he had a gun. So I immediately took me and my baby brother, opened the door to the balcony. We standing on the balcony at this point, and I closed the door, and I'm terrified. I'm trying to call the police and shit. I'm already a kid. I'm 15. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna tell them, where the fuck I am, what the address is and shit. So I'm just on the phone tripping, and they're asking me like what my name is. I'm like, fuck my name. Y'all need to come here. This nigga has a gun. Like, I'm terrified. So I also hear the commotion in the apartment. My brother's like, hey, they pistol whipping each other and hitting each other, all that shit, whatever. So finally, they managed to get the motherfucker outside of the apartment. Okay, keep in mind, we were on the second floor, and me and my baby brother was on the balcony. So when they got that motherfucker out of the apartment, that motherfucker went downstairs, and I looked this man in the eye from up in the balcony, and I was terrified. So I ran my ass back in the house with my little brother. I'm like, no, we need to get back in. If he got a gun, like, I'm not trying to look at this nigga. And I forgot to mention, there was this old lady that was like in an apartment in front of us, rocking in her wheelchair, not saying shit. Hearing all this commotion, she not saying shit. I'm like, wow, people really be minding their business. She could have called the goddamn police. They wouldn't have known. But whatever. Anyway, so we get back in the apartment, and me and my baby brother are standing by the window. So I don't remember if he was scared or frantic. I don't know if he knew what was going on per se, but he was standing next to me, and I kind of moved him out the way, like, move. Like, why you standing right here? Guess what this motherfucker did from outside? He shot through the window, and guess who he shot? He shot me. I got shot with that gun. And it's crazy because I got shot in my arm right here. Keep in mind, my baby brother was standing right next to me on this side. And I decided to move him out the way for whatever fucking reason. And as soon as I did that shit, got shot. Now, how did it feel? I didn't feel it. I really did not know I was shot until my brother was like, oh shit, he shot my sister. And I was like, what? And I looked at my arm, y'all. My fucking arm was this long. It was like my hand was damn near touching the floor because all my bones, I believe it's called my femur bones, it was shattered. So that shit made my arm just stretch. It was so crazy. I had my brand new Air Force Ones, my knockoffs that I used to buy at the dollar store. I had my fresh Air Force Ones. That's back in the day when we used to wear those cheap colored shirts. I had me a cheap little color shirt with the little plastic jewelry from Claire's. Sis, I was swagged the fuck out. And I had blood all over my shit. And so when it happened and I realized I was shot, I started freaking the fuck out. And I was just like I can't really describe it, but it wasn't painful. It wasn't painful. I was just in shock. So my brother sat me down and he put a napkin or something on my arm because I was bleeding. And I was like, all I could say, I remember this like it was yesterday. I was like, oh my God, they ruined my track career. I can't run ever again. That's all I was thinking because that's all I fucking knew. I've been running since I was 9 years old. So all I knew was track and field. So for me to get shot, I'm thinking, fuck, I can't never use my arm again. I'm 15. I don't fucking know. That's all I fucking know is being an athlete. That's all I knew. So I was really tripping. Like, damn, I just got to Lamar High School. They really had hopes for me on this track team. Like, what am I going to do? So he's holding my arm. We done called the ambulance already. They're taking forever to come. But, of course, we're in the ghetto. So they don't give a fuck about motherfuckers in the ghetto. They're going to take their fucking time or whatever the fucking case may be. So they finally got there. And I can't lie to you, the most painful part from here to the hospital was them putting me on a fucking stretcher. Because when they put me on a stretcher, it's like they had to hold my arm and it was fucking falling in pieces because it was shattered. So I was like, ah! Then they finally got me on a stretcher and I was just panicking because I was like, damn, am I gonna die? Am I gonna die? I just remember having a conversation with the medic that was in the thing with me, in the emergency bus with me, like, can you treat me like I'm your daughter? Do you have kids? I just remember this conversation. He was like, yeah, I'll take care of you. I'll take care of you. So, of course, they took me to Bentab. Hello, I'm black. Yeah, they took me to Bentab. But the good thing about Bentab is really good. They have a good emergency room like team. So they took me to the emergency room and I just remember like them dragging me up at first and then them having to switch me from one table to another. That's the second time I felt pain. But other than that, I didn't feel much pain throughout this whole process. I kid you not. Getting shot is not as bad as it fucking sounds. Like, I did not feel as much pain as I thought I would. And so, I didn't feel as much pain as I thought I would, but when they switched me from one table to the next to go on to surgery, man, I just remember it's not that my arm was hurting. I just felt the disconnect. So when they moved in my arm, I was just like, crazy. So they put me through anesthesia. I remember they put me through that shit and I was singing and shit and saying crazy shit. And, my family was coming in, one by one by one. So after that, a couple hours later, real early in the morning, like 4 in the morning, I finally get released from the hospital after my surgery and I leave with a big ass sling on my arm. So yeah, that's pretty much me getting shot. And it was crazy. And I went to Lamar High School and I believe that the story was on the news. I don't know, but I just remember people were talking about it. And I was lying to people and telling them that I fell down the stairs and I broke my arm because I was so embarrassed. Like, what am I doing getting shot? That shit was so embarrassing to me. I don't understand. I didn't want nobody to know I got shot. And I ran summer track. And I was like one of the fastest girls in the city. So people knew who I fucking was. So when I wasn't running summer track for that summer, motherfuckers was talking. And I remember I used to hear adults saying, like, gossiping about me, like trying to piece together what happened to me because I was telling people I fell down the stairs. I didn't give a fuck. I was not telling nobody I got shot. I'm telling you, I was too ashamed. Like, for real. So I was telling people that I fell down the stairs and I just used to hear adults like talking about me and that shit was crazy to me. I don't know. That was crazy to me. But I understand that shit is something to talk about. Like, one of the fastest girls in the nation gets shot. What the fuck happened? I'll be probably talking about it too. But I was just feeling really bad. And then I remember one of my best friends, like my mama had to go back to work. My daddy was in Nigeria. So it was like life still had to go by while I was nursing myself back. Like, I remember I was home alone. Like, after I came back from the emergency room and got my surgery, my mama was with me, but she eventually has to go to work. So I was home alone for like a couple weeks. I think I was out of school maybe 2 weeks. It wasn't that long. But I was out of school for real, like, and I was too ashamed to go back to school. I didn't want motherfuckers to, like, know my story. And I remember when I finally went back to school, my hair was so fucking raggedy because my mom was not, like, a hair person. I was doing my own hair since I was 9 years old. And that's why, you know what I'm saying, I have this braiding empire now, which when you get to know me, you gonna know. So, yeah, I went back to school, and one of my best friends, you know, I had my sling. My arm was super skinny. I lost weight because I wasn't training and shit. One of my best friends, my hair was so fucked up. And I remember I begged her to meet me in the bathroom after, like, one of the classes, and I begged her to comb my hair for me. And I remember she met me in the bathroom. She combed my fucking hair for me. I believe we were both late for class. But the fact that she supported me and came and brushed my hair for me, like, packed it up to where it was like I could wear it, it really means a lot to me now that I think about it. And it meant so much to me then because I was so, like, insecure and feeling crazy. So yeah, that's the life of a 15-year-old getting fucking shot. Like, crazy ass shit. Like, I've experienced crazy ass shit at, like, young stages of my life, and it's just like, you never know what a motherfucker's going through. Seriously, like, my little brother witnessed his sister get shot with a gun, witnessed blood everywhere and shit. And I remember when it happened, he was screaming. He just backed himself into the wall, into the kitchen, and was just crying, screaming. I remember he was a kid, and it's like, shit like that, you would feel like would traumatize you, but I'm chilling. Like, I ain't gonna lie, the only type of trauma that I have is if I'm in the club and a song comes on and it has gunshots, I freak out because I feel like those gunshots are, like, real. And I remember it's happened before. I was at a club in another city one time. Yeah, I was drinking, but they was playing gunshots on the song. I remember I dug down so hard that my drink kind of flew everywhere. I was so embarrassed. But yeah, that's the only kind of trauma I have. Other than that, I'm chilling. I'm just like, look, I made it. I made it out of that shit. I ran track. I remember after the season, after that shit happened, I PR'd in the 400. I was the fastest girl in the city. Like, that kind of shit didn't faze me. Like, brush that shit right off. But yeah, that's my story of getting shot. I know I said I would tell this story, and that's literally the story. Like, that's literally, I was 15 years old. Like I said, one of the fastest girls in the city, a bright future. And I was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. My brother was just, you know, at the time, not with the best crowd. And, you know, in life, that shit happens. And crazy. That shit was crazy. And the next experience that I ever had with, like, a gun and shit like that at a young age, when I was 18 years old, I remember I used to work at Papacitos in Houston, Texas, Little Papacitos. And and I lived in A-Leaf. I'm from A-Leaf. I took the metro at 10 p.m. at night when I got off of work. I was 17, 18 years old. I ain't had no car. I was working, though, towards it, but I had no car. I had to be 17 because I got a car at 18. So I was 17, I got off work. And because I didn't want my mom driving late at night, you know, to come pick me up, I was like, okay, let me just take the metro and meet her, you know, on our side of town. And she just pull up to this corner store and come get me. So I took the metro. It was about a 45-minute ride, you know, straight shot down Richmond. And I was at a CVS. And I told her to meet me there at a certain time. So by the time I got off the bus, it was late at night. You know what I'm saying? I just want to jump right into her car. She ended up going to another CVS that was, like, literally the opposite direction. So I'm calling her like, I'm here. Like, where are you? She was like, oh, I thought you were here. I'm like, Mom, really? This is not what I wanted to do. This is why I took the metro here and told, you know what I'm saying? So she's like, I'm on the way. So I go into CVS. I'm dead tired. I done worked a double shift. My fucking feet are throbbing. I was working as a waitress, so that shit was a lot to make that money. So I'm sitting down on the floor with my back against the ATM in CVS, right? These two motherfuckers run in, rob the place. Soon as they run in, y'all, they shoot their gun in the air like, give me all the money. And I'm freaking out immediately, y'all. I get up and I run out of the fucking CVS. But I don't run standing up. I run ducked down just in case they was trying to shoot my ass. I got the fuck up out of there. As soon as I got out, I turned the corner and I jumped into this lady's car. And I had on all black because I was a hostess / to-go server. So I had to wear all black. This lady, when I jumped inside, keep in mind I'm black. I jumped inside her car. She started screaming. She was like, ah! I was like, lady, chill. I said, they're robbing the place. You keep screaming, they gonna come get our ass. You need to chill. Be quiet. I am not Like, I am not here to hurt you. I'm trying to get the fuck out of, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get the fuck out of that situation. And so I finally calmed this woman down. And it's crazy because she could have killed my ass for jumping in her fucking car. It was just a lot of shit going on. Like, ugh. So that happened. I finally get her to calm down. Then she's like, oh my God, my husband's in there. I'm like, well, they in there. I don't know what to tell you, but them motherfuckers is in there. So we was in her car just chilling. I think she was trying to text her husband. And I don't remember what they was talking about, but I saw the motherfuckers run out of the CVS after they was done doing their thing. They ran out, and then I waited for my mom in that lady's fucking car, and then the police came, and they was trying to ask for my statement and shit. I was like, look, I don't know what the motherfuckers look like because they had masks on, and as soon as they ran in that bitch and shot that gun, I ran the fuck out. So I didn't see shit. I can't help you. So yeah, just situations like that. Like, I've gone through shit like that, and that's all under the age of 21. I was 15 when I got shot. I was 18 when I was in a damn robbery damn near. It's crazy. It's crazy what you're going through in life. Like, it's just crazy. And it's like people die from shit like that. People die from getting shot, and people die in the crossfires of people getting robbed and shit. And it's like, look at me, little old me. I survived shit like that. It's just crazy. So I just thought I'd tell my story because I feel like y'all would probably think it was interesting. I don't fucking know. But yeah, that is my story. So I'm going to try to open up and like be very transparent with y'all on this channel and just give y'all some good content. So please like, comment, and share this video. And you know, just run them numbers up so I can give me some subscribers. Okay? Y'all have a good one.